Hi students, today we will see about two different topics, trapezoidal rule and critical section. So trapezoidal rule is a numerical method which is used to find the approximate value of a finite integral function. For example, if you are going to take the integral of a to b f of x dx. So we can find its value by means of using the trapezoidal rule. So this is also called as finding the area under the curve. So we can also show it graphically like say this is f of x where the x values can be taken from a to b. So in order to find the area under the curve, maybe we can define the function to be like, so here we can split up this total area into smaller areas and we can find the values of each smaller areas and then we can add it up. This is what is happening in this program. If you see, the value of I is taken from 1 to n minus 1, that is from a to b we can have different values for x, and then it is repeated, that is each section is added and the approximate value is found out by means of finding the functional value of each section. So thus we are able to find the approximate value of the definite integral, finite integral. Here this is useful for the function which is complex and for functions which doesn't have the elemental antiderivative. Speaking of which, the elementary derivative is the function which has polynomials, logarithmic functions, exponentials, sine and cos functions. So these kind of uh, functions which is elementary functions which is not there in the complex function defined, those integrals can be found out, those values can be found out by means of using the trapezoidal rule. Next, coming to the critical section. So critical section of a program is that which defines that the threads are computing for the shared resources and simultaneously processing the value. For example, if you take bank account. Okay, so my bank balance, say for example, I'm storing it the variable value to be 1000. So thread 1 is accessing this critical section. Say this is the critical section. Thread 1 is accessing this variable and thread 2 is also accessing this variable. So thread 1's function is that it is going to add the bank balance variable plus some personal inputs has come, that is called that is given as 100 rupees. It is going to add the bank balance with that 100 rupees. Also thread 2, it fetches the bank balance variable and it is going to add some payment made by my friends. So say 200 rupees at the same time. So when both the threads is going to access this bank balance variable at the same time and process it, here the value will be 1100 and here the value will be 1200. So when both the threads returns the value, so the bank balance variable will have the value which is written at the last stage. For example, thread 1 first changes the bank balance to 1100 and then this input comes means my bank balance variable will have only 1200 there instead of my total to be total that is to be done as 1300. So that is called as the critical section of a program where the threads are accessing it at the same time and it is going to return the value. So there may be mistakes in that if it is not done in a synchronized manner. That section is called as the critical section. Thank you.